afa moma children of the water god. Eno na ebeye recently eno na abeye the latest idea obia pursue children of the water god me water god ba nansenya we had Maharaj on Revelations platform also ye King Cobra Maharaj ono na oye water god for water children ni na omo papa yenya no wa ha. So everybody is saying water god Maharaj, I send you love wherever you are, but wa wo hwe bia no wo betumi ahwe we so na wo the opinion no na wo the aba. So let's look at children of the water god. I was born into a church, and I am sure many of you watching me were also born into Christian homes and churches. Yen ya bresui na enkola na omo se omo ye Gen Z no. Omo ye omo adwen se omo de omo break forth nti omo pursue enlightenment and na me bom pa ye se obia be ti adeko a ye friend se enlightenment ase na wa pursue no genuinely na a benefit no. Because yeah, and I make a try no obi a moving forward. Dead body mpo is moving forward. Nobody wants to go backwards. Inti sa wo so wo kwa wachi maybe we will get there. But if funumpo we will moving forward. Bibi any one me ko na chi in wiase e wo wiase bibi enyi ni ko nanim. Aye. If you were born in the cities of abroad where your family home is not close by, mo amotutu kwan no. It means the church is where you will be christened. When you beto obani din, yenya wo ho a we me koka minim se enko yie ma ebinom. Abrochire ye tu kwan kwa, especially Catholic church ye tai join it. Kamebo country bi din ba membo because e ho no join a o rent they will help and ye per charity stuff so omo to me ye any school free school aye mba ne benya ne ade no ye tai ko. But ade ba akoso a eno so aya e benefit ye no eye yawo na yakoto ye ba no edi e wa asore ho se ya nkoye kura na ayete se sa akola no kura ne jama enyankopon do na no onye obi a wo wi asesa ebi mu take sa Christian so serious than anything e wo wi ase. Is the power of Christianing any real power or authority? Akola na wo de na ekwa asore dem na omo atu ni din wa asore dem ho no tumi bi wom ana authority bi ewom. Umi yembisa ye ho sa question e de be nti e na obi wo ne ba se osofo no beto ne ba ni di de be nti a. Why? I want to know power ben ne wom, authority ben na omo wo a enu nti esese ba na wa wo no no obeto ne din. Why mpo no wo kwan say ye wo ba oto sa abofra ni din na edin kura ye de toto ye ho no ase ne sen adenti ne ye kodon ni fraternity bi a omo sesan ye din e ma ye din foforo ana omo de din foforo e de ka ye din ne ho ase pa e kire sen e de benti na tetemere no na omo betoto slaves na omo change yo edin ne de ma omo. Is there a reason for that? Christening is the Christian ceremony for fresh babies to get baptized and given Christian names. Why? Me too. The same thing they did to me. They gave me grace. My maame me papa wo me no. Omo frɛ me grace. Minim so omo hu se na adom ne ye kese a. E na omo frɛ me grace. E na omo tu me efie din so efie sika. So what am I say? And I me papa nso de be famous so nti me omo frɛ me dede nti me wo ga blood wo me mo za adwen ne ya papa kaje me no dwa akashi ile nokonoko ma chon boga we e ba logobo enti eno na ye ne yakoma ye ndin ye Maame Grace minim nia won so ye de ma e your flate ye awakening ne koso no e na ya start say ye mfa sa adin no me ye mabium the Gen Z people are naming their children Owia Osrane and Sroma and any keka ho. Now there are two ways of checking an authority from being just a claim or an actual standard principle. Enyama mienu ne betumi de aye sa investigation way. So let's look at this. Adia ye de beche se Kristo asore dem ho eniama na yeye wo ho no tumi wom ana power wom ana sebe mfasuo bi wom no eniama mienu ne betumi di ahwe whether we have authority in it or we have principle in it. Inti mumi enhwe. Why do you take your child to the church to be baptized and giving a Christian name. Any reason for this? Please write it in the comment section. What is the basis of that? Ninyina swapa eyeden. Where you just a question, don't get angry at the beg wa. Mema blood pressure so nkosoro. The answer is John the Baptist in the Bible. Any Christian in a debate to justify the basis of baptism will use John the Baptist. Christo ni bia woni ni begina wosa woni ne kasa about baptism no will use John the Baptist. I think I have done a full episode about baptism on my platform. Into we are able to me akoshe, but I will still explain something. Mama Renfio, John the Baptist, only the history. John the Baptist na no shane Maame Eliza bebe. Ne yemu no. Who Mary, Jesus is share ne Maame yemu no jump ye no ni Jesus have a communication no. That is John the Baptist. Inti se unima. Maame ka John the Baptist ne bo Yesu esu. Na why na chire John the Baptist esubo? Eno ni yen share down hu ye. Se unima, the platform is so open, you can come and have a conversation with us. It is one they deem spiritual. It is fine. Almost say John the Baptist ne dia no na subo no na spiritual no bo Yesu esu na buburo fi soro na it is fine. No wahala. But let us ask ourselves, baptism is not in the Old Testament. Me, I'm a Bible scholar. I have sat in a classroom for 3 years. Now, I called small Bible schools so in a media attach. Until you feel say baptism ewo Old Testament mua. The platform is open. You can come and let's have a dialogue. So we have a place for you. Any Old Testament. So where did it come from? And John the Baptist ekonya sa baptism idea no no konya fiye, because it's not in the Old Testament. Inti why and a John the Baptism ade we ejide for momboa munua ba na mente ba aburu yase na ba aburu no ntumi nte ase nti mu de mamu ka se ignore no nyobi obua me obi papa wo de se me na me nyobi kura nipa na show me show ni doso nti bra na be educate yen, at least if not me, for the sake of the people. This is the greatest evangelism platform wo betumi use aboa a broadcast nyankopon asem ama omo ati nti mu bua mu nua ba Maame Grace no nte ba aburu no ase. Because John the Baptist, baptism no, how did it find its way into the Bible? How? Because it's not in the, or say, or no one be here, someone and free one, you're so be sharing. Inti Bible is moving. Bible is moving. You wouldn't part that said, you see movie. No, wala. Bible is moving. You don't believe a movie and any Old Testament, name movie and bad New Testament. You gotta think. Seriously, John the Baptist no, a baptism ne free ne be wura Bible no. How did John the Baptist learn how to baptize? Osuya ne wen. Me pa mucho wo momoame. Na mente ade we ase. Who taught him? Why na chire no esubo? Since it was not an Old Testament tradition. Okosuya ne wen. We na your question. This is a beautiful question. Ma enye important for you. Nabra. Na be free. We don't take 1,500. Yen fa unko 2 group bi yen dani slave yen no hwe wo de ebra na oni yen be che knowledge na we are looking for the truth until we are not actually pushing anything into anybody's throat. But you see dia wonim no menjina chire ho mpupu to bra na be ka no wa wo de wo se wo ne mentina se kra ye be roll cameras amount na what me aba no be kan ti John the Baptist onyane wen, because it's not an Old Testament tradition. Until onyane wen, it is not in the rules and regulations of the old Jewish traditions. How did he come by that? Until John the Baptist no okofa baptism asem no e di free he. We just need to understand this. Don't get angry. In fact, let's read a little scripture here. Matthew chapter 3 verse 3. Matthew 3:3. Mama ye read it. Or say, for this is he that was spoken of by the prophet Isaiah, saying, the voice of one crying in the wilderness, prepare ye the way of the Lord, make his path straight. This is Matthew chapter 3 verse 3. What do you make out of this? I mean, you read this verse without thinking about its origin. How? Who taught him? John the Baptist. It is not in the 10 Commandments. It is not in the Old Testament. So what law was Jesus fulfilling by submitting to John to baptize him? Because ni preparation, and na Isaiah aka wo hono no. Nti ade enwe ni ye prepare ni straight wo hono no. Na wo hye ane na mama wo no principles na mama wo no. There's nothing like baptism. Inti edie ben na Yesu a oye nyame a wo se ofa nipa ete biato ne ho so baaye no. Edie principle na odi so a all man ne ho kwan say John the Baptist emmo nasu anonfa ne nusu onim. Baptism was first recorded in the ancient manuscript about the Sumerians who performed it in their temples for a god called Ea. I have done a whole episode about baptism. You can find it on the platform, The Origin of Baptism, on the platform 3 or 4 years ago. Nti ubetumi a Google after this episode no akwa bi a obenye bi na wo the account. Yesi mu acho amane enti di yendu da. Ti ma this episode dada. The baptism principle and doctrine were well documented in the mythology of the god called Ea, a Sumerian god of water. The other day, me share obi interview, I think Samini, ne interview, and na all church ni dino ase, and or say, yef ni dini yes sang many. So what would the gati kasabian ube who said my body correct because me anime. Sang many means rain god. What you say? And so say obi koka say o ye rain god is a and crofo start asun no. Meanwhile no your ancestors no omu ni baby omu free na no omu de tutu ni pedin enu nti na me say de osesa wudi wabomusu kase onipa ko osesa ye nyina ye din no me si musuo kase na say nipa no abo ba wo say sangmene no na o mai ni samini wo beche no wo bo ni samini na unya ni bia but wo bo sangmene na a rain god. Such a beautiful name. Now would you know say ye na nanom no ye primitive. Minti was here at all. Baptism is a ritual for a water god called Ea and has nothing to do with Jewish traditions and the Bible doctrines. Nothing. Into some baptism na mo ye no kra mo principles ni ye den. Nobody should get angry. Me draw more attention. So I have come to realize that I'm drawing your attention so we do this together. E kuro won se we mia obi anakoma enya din kro ntumi mia kuro e kuro to we mia nine bete nti me pe na me wo ensu e hye na me nsa ho so tumi ko nsu ochim na me di mia kuro ntu kam a na e kuro no wu a na wahu sama ya waduro. The god Ea is translated into Latin as Johannes, and the same name when translated into English is John. So John the Baptist was about it. You see? Yanya ye diemu ne yete. No madi dani diya. Ye wankrofo bi wo hɔ a ɔyɛ ade ne te sɛ ɔyɛ wo papa. Ɔnyɛ wo papa o. Wa keji wo. Ɛna ɔma waduane di so wo break free because wo break free a wawie. Inti papa na oye wo na ye wo say ye papa or temiu so that wonko ye won namfofo bi wo hu se wo so chen omo a na o ma chada ye se omo boa obeboa wo 2000 and 20000 na dey business a na o ma 5000 kona koboka na sambra na wa beje 5000 o ma wo de be ma we take it off completely da de bi obekaji because onim se ojewu mu a na oboa wo boa papa wo beba be pa no ho ebi na John the Baptist o ye ni hei or see our principles onishi. What who baby a baptism ni free. Wo bibini. Yes, said din near the brofoto somawa. And no na wope yasam na din dodo. Yasam na mobo dodo. Yes, said din na ya fa de abode ye ho say ye dia. Senya ade a John the Baptist ye. Senya spiritual people ni bebre. Omo so mo ye. O cafe chatters no e koso everywhere. So everywhere. A dear ben potting na John the Baptist claim waha. So the basis for the baptism ritual is from an ancient Sumerian god Ea, and that is why the Bible has no basis for that exercise. Share anything na confusion baby wo mu bia na it doesn't have principles. Me na me come chiro. Anything confusion wom into and the way say Bible can say and the way say Bible can say it's because it doesn't have principle. Eni nyina so. Ade obi ye wo copy na wo paste you get a lot of problems. And only African problem. Sometimes metena se a na me dwen na me bisa se bi o mu fa nche me asofo ni bi. Nti munim niama we na munya na munim. Ana ade na mu mpesua. Munim se me ka no kore kire mo ha. Edem pa na ema mu ntumi apply these things. So wo ka no kora wo be wu. Pretense dey dangerous o. Ade a wunim na wo se wo nka ebekum. Me na me come chiro. Christians by this borrowed ancient ritual of baptism will assume some authority and power over people's lives. Ade any principle eni nyina so po. Then so obeye one boss who won't go heaven. One yes just no mama fear. By this single act, the church can delusion people to submit to it. Into be a kobo to you to make ticket ko Israel. E kobo su River Jordan me. I have done this more than 1 million times. Because ye wa so ne sika wo ho. Inti ye na ye we metumi abobo bishop for omo abom yesu nyina James a wabom yesu archbishop wabom yesu Jordan mu enye Ghana bishop Nyako wabom yesu istud Anaba wabom yesu papa bakui omo abom yesu sa ya det no ye to na ya tue sika na yakogina middle of Jordan na aya mom twetwe so mbenya pictures ni bi ato ho a. You have never been in the church and invested in the church than me. I'm telling you. The amaya wa sorry wo ko bakra. Won't me me say me drive me car kwa sorry bi wo Madina. Fo trotro park me car fo trotro ba fie. What's it then? You have no idea. So don't I meant to ask. Mama Crawford submit to it. Sacrifice their lives. And give their all to the church because of this, because Obekwa confess no wabuesu. Meanwhile, there is no principle, no authority, no power in it. Without getting anything in return, intino would be from tithe to your time, to your prayer, to everything. You get nothing. Even when you die, you still get nothing. Does the church have uniform to give to dead people? At least say because of what in fact, so ukwa sorry na wuwu a hwan na to wadaka hwan na to watade e hye wo ma e na to watade e to wadaka e hye wo se busuafo amba sorry ni ntumi mpo nsie o na wo de wo ho kankan na wewu na apro no wo de akọ. So what is the benefit? What is the power? What is the authority? Why are we in this? You say na de mo betwa me adapa. Enso enya hwe. What do you get in return? Nothing. Minimobia or investing in the church brutal. Asam to omokro to me fa anko ho. Omo yo omo asori mpanimfo a asam to omo to me nya pope no wanya meningitis ye to me nkasai. E dey na asi. Nya hospital no ko e. What's the point? Edio the church has assumed the role of sharing obligations with people, policing their lives and milking them. When to your title, one kwa sorry, I will say, me mammy see you, me woo, umbaga ko see me forest, and no ne ha me mammy, na see jai, ama, a whole new war. We in a cosu. We tend to milk people, unya, a woho, or yesi campo and tonwa de. Ni ejina soro mu frɛ 5,000 opeso onko no mu hu ni so onu nie onu no sow seed chain ebie sow seed papa ebie sow seed on fa mani nua ne da o show off wa soro ho onu no ye bibia and ebi mu so take advantage osomosom asem na omo milk amanfo ko ukoka na wani asem na omo aye milk omo no mponu ya milk obi ama no fo ano aye kuro. And so ukwaje na osija mi adi so wo gine so ose enyeme osiwo na oklape me kan owu e wono ntumam innocent women ade ye me ya me hwe se papa mahama oye niama maka kire mu koko na watum ni ade oye niama me hwe se o de tax ebe too tight so a tax eso omo de too tight so esa sorry ni tia tax because nyame ngi sika bia obi nkoton tomatoes wo makola na awie nhye no yi 10% mfa mbro na ngigi ni nyina amboa no entoka ma wo ba on si adwuma da onye adwuma da onim how to wake up ye mfa bodyguard ndi na chi no ntwika kakraka emfa mbra emfa mbagem onye adwuma da nkrofo sika ese omo de tax e de to so maka ya mo pe bia mo fa nyam na say star bia bi mage. I don't mind anymore. I don't care. I know women who have bought lands and built churches, bought cars for pastors, and put church leaders on payroll because they feel obliged as a duty. Because a ne software or do not to salary so or talk a mom, what asase a mom, kobisa ne say ni fee obi ahoto no ho ana. Minka se mom nye papa o. Na nkobi o waka miensa. No obi oni bi kura no ka ye beton ka baako ne ye de atoto niama ama no bebi mu akwa te se oba na opa ye oyo ni gu ye si Yesu na ase na odi ni tiri people baako ne se ka ye betumi aton ne ade ahwe ehiafo nya sa asem ni bi ne ye ka ne ha ka ye wo disciples o ti se mpank ye be fa ne sa e bia investing in the church minimum bi me personally minimum bi a osofo ne so onton ne fie no no fambe so seed na nyankopon nya na adibi me pesa meka because I talk to a lot of people na nipa no otutu me ho na beto no wanya obi obeto apparently so for na no twa no ho santo woman ni fie no minimum bia ono so ono wo sika na odi ni fie ba akoma osofo so ntenam se sie ni kunu awu ehia no o se papa me fie osofo no so de we donate awie nti asa at what authority, at what principles ini ye yes anyama we nyina obetumi aye wei ode osimo bo mpai wo madwumam afa otua na eduru ba bi na ne ho akire ne no ntua bi mo osimo raise prayer na mo fa na adwuma ne bra down me na me bo mpai ma na adwuma ne kosoro osi ontua bi mo mo raise prayer na mo fa na adwuma ne bra down like wow at what power, at which authority ana mo di yese mo man kofo ho kire mo o ma di o mabusua nyina gu akire obi ni kun neti ni sofo limisi kase mu chen ni kunu at which authority and at which power na me de me fie ma na me wosika na sesi ya hia me wo ye sofo fa me fie ma me back aka wo de wasase ma o me mba bobo adan si so na me nya asore emire so na wutu ni so onko a obekun kura so aka ho we nyina at which power and at which authority if this is not a scavenger because scavenger machira was spiritual wa abayifo ne type na omudidi form no. The church has taken the role of shadow family and has disconnected people from their families. But joining Christo ebusunya no, utumi ko joining ebusunya. Ebusunya ya ade akos making na church ya wuni patum na wo hwene ne wo dental formula ene waso looking like o maame o nana ana o papa maame. Asori be na wo call ya ye wo wa wo say Jesus. How? We call the church family no a shadow family, any basis, any principles. Metaphysically, biologically, any nyina so a baseless. And the yama wapu wabusiano, and a wababedi echiri. Africans' biggest problem. Our family, enye papa. Our color is not good. Our continent is poor. Everything about Africans is poor. So now we are praying for God. Has prayer given you a common visa? Nibisao. What is the basis? What is the authority? What is the principle? What is the power? With all these authorities, these churches claim over your life, pushing you to neglect your family. In times of emergencies and medical authority, no church or pastor has the right over your life, but your family. Hospital now ye kada. But you bisa osofo din. Ana ye bisa o maame din to your nurse of kings. What do osofo na ye o nurse of kings ana? Eyo mu bisa o abusunya no epilepsy wo mu. Wa ati so mo bisa o say wa asore na epilepsy wo mu da. What is this? Enti ye din ye bibia koguso. Member can't let me say into enya na mean to be for one day nka bibia bon wabon. Let us talk. They get you. And don't think that I am disproving anybody's book. I'm giving you fact. I want you to think. And if you don't want to think, exit. Let us think and come up with something better that will gain authority and power so we are able to help our generation. Also, until we are saying, Ombema wapu wabusunya wunyanom se si empo na awakening ni ekoso kakra na ate se nsakraye kakra eba. No church or pastor has the right over your life but your family ti saving your dead body. Je we no mo ye ebi mu asofo ni bi betimi aya aka cho se me nko hospital nyame besa wo yare eye critical ye gi ebi mu gu prayer camps. Critical, they are nowhere to be found. When you call them, they won't pick. Minimum when they were in condition, they didn't pick their calls. So what's the point? So what poor na we ya abayifo na wo kan no omo na ufunu no omo de bekwa komo omo so omo ansie wa obeda kwa pro abon wani begu ase ufunu kura ni begu ase se webusunya ambamu a the church vanished when an authority is demanded over your life. Do you agree to this? And now unjintum. Because hospital ebe fere webusuafo church na hu ni mfaso wo ho. Uwu a webusuafo church na hu ni mfaso wo ho. Ye je waware a webusuafo church na hu ni mfaso wo ho. Ti I don't know why a wokọ borrow sika. Ekoye sa party ni mo omo diwie na asem ba wo hwehwe omo hu omo. Cause asem sise kim, omo se mo fere na busuafo. What to say yen fere na church members da? What be that? No matter how delusional you are in this whole game of dogmatic manipulation by Christianity, I want to tell you that baptism or no baptism, there are types of authority over your life. And then maybe my watch authority say what will life of soon no watch baby I will be no. And the church is not part. They are baseless. They have no authority physically, spiritually. They have no power. Me na me come chiro. Omo apomo to me stand heat. Nti ube from omo ma. Your first authority is your family. Na me chiro why? The second authority is the state or your country. I will still give you the reason. You bab me bab chirem di enti a omo no omo wo tumi wo so. Church has no stand. You're baseless. That is why in giving right over a child's life, baptism has no role to play. Nti aden na ho ho sa. Ye mbo wesu a untumi ndi communion. Ye wasoro ni bi wo okra mpo a ye mbo wesu a untumi nwa chese ni o hawo ni amani hunu. So far as your life on earth is concerned, the family and the state are the only two real authorities over your life in this world. Maybe children. When a baby is born, it is only the family that can join the state to register that child with a birth certificate. The church is not part. Birth certificate, keke. Church no kren come. I feel what you say. When we say church, no, a bet me I register obi. Sorry ho. I said like how? When we say their power be any, and then ye higher who say. Na ye bro ye ho and the way Bible say or na Bible say and afa na Bible say there is no peace. We cannot focus on real stuff but baseless things and no and ye dey ho odi nyina kon. I am a fine old lady and your sister full of knowledge like me. I have become a demon for some people. Ebi mu esese omo tete and some ahwe me episode because of that baseless thing they are practicing. Asama me ken sebe se wo gina hwehwe mu hwe wanim na wo hu ho de a asama me ken se nti wo tie na wo dwen ho a asama me ken ti nyansa anim age se ya hyew se ka se nyansa anim ya close wadwen no e na wo be kasa asama me ken ya nya de se wo dwen ho na fa Bible say and na Bible say and na Holy Spirit say and na dia wo bisa ne set explain la wo. Nobody asks of your pastor when registering a child. Anameboa. Maybe a obi wu a no obi wu a omo ye certificate no. Akọ me ye bisa o pastor dinda. Omo ntumi mpo an infuse laws bi amfa omo ho an hihye niama bi mu mpo keke. Na omo so amanfa so. Eno ane so omo milky amanfo ko kan. Adano no bi bisa me say na why cry na eteti wu na me so me obi antumi nteto me asem eso na me de manoka. A whole strongest organization cry to me be some questions. Na nya wo single person. If I decide to come after you, run. They ask for the father and mother and the family name. Pim, Asa, no church, nothing. You cannot claim citizenship of America, the UK, Ghana, or any other country by Christianity. And kamuko Israel, and kamunje visa. And kamuko Roma, and kamunje visa. Because I want to fapimi if you buy. There is no authority in Christianity to give you citizenship right. One do you fasubiala. Say whatever. And now I will say citizenship of heaven. And I was sorry, my evidence in. But your family and ancestry give you citizenship of your ancestors automatically. The reason your nose, mouth, eyes, your bum, your legs, your fingers look like your family people. And you say, "Ya so day, you see ya be warrior frafra." First, no, so if you say, "Mpo bi o gina wa to mission nine," na wo hwe na chi dompia. When you see a Filipino, wo hwe ne omo no baby, omo wo baby, omo de fatigu. When you see African woman, who be who baby or the fatigu, what the bagan and bad and memano soa, omo ye tall, northern region, in memano, omo ye tall, ye will region be on a memano so ye short. We know this. Ye wo you tribe ni bi wo kwa omo yi omo ho a emema ni nyina wo furumapu na nkasa nneama we nti ne yese ye nware mfra so that obi agina ho a obi abehu ne ho we hu hwe we anu so we ye tribe we hu hwe we anu we ye tribe we hu hwe tribe bi ehu Jesus ne tribe asore ne tribe ewu mamu ba bi ayeko ya say ye hu say poto ade ye baseless and fasonim abese entire system of Africans. And now ye tetesh ye nim ye left ye nim ye right ye hu ni ayenye ade ahwe nimu no abetechere ye nsa em ye de ye ho a enye yie wei ehu dede e na me ye no eye wo nana o e na ma our identity until you look like them opa amu nyina amu hia wo family house wa amu hwe mo anim mo hwe mo ano mo dental formula ebi wo mo ano ye fia obehu obi ano fia obi mu ano ye thick like my own obi ano ye thick it looks kissable. Oh, your time with Maame Grace, oh, with the goddess. Aye, Mama G. I am the greatest. Hey! Oh, gracious, Maame was Central Region. First number what TV, so no, me show we are not afraid. Oh, gracious. And to wait to be afraid of you, oh, gracious. I am the prettiest preacher, I'm telling you. Abusia, anka wemu, ya wugu tu fie wa automatically, your mama identity. Omo no mama okasa wo ye fantini wo ye nkrani wo ye kroboni wo ye adani wo ye kwabuni automatically they give you an identity e dey na sore ne de ma paucho we ye question you e ma abunfu misrawa we ye question e ma abunfu kra people travel abroad and they give birth to speed up their right to stay and documentation as citizenships and as citizens. Udu ya obehu paper na enye yi a na o maka choro se wo a wo betumi anya paper se se gidigidi na osusu obi ebi kura wo na o maton ba no se de mema no be sign na o ma mu paper. They can never do that by joining a church and being baptized, and no will not give you any citizenship. Church has no power over your life, meaning it has no power. Your country and your ancestry are the two most important factors in your life. What's the one person obeti we yase? Ni akacho se wo ancestors no omo nye ene wo nye o minua. Cause ye chiri kokwa ye ni ne ma. Nti wo nye, you can only join the church. Get clarity. It just turns you into a professional beggar. Cause sorry no ko join ni wa brochiri they will help you in paying your rent. And American charity bi wa wiki bi abetumi akofa grocery kakra wo hone ade they are turning you into nothing but professional beggar and also say odwan me don't get angry oh it's the truth oh me say before you get angry think first. So when a church tells you to forget your ancestors, it's a scam. I'm telling you this. mark my words, that should be me kwa obe hu asama making. It's just baseless claim. So catch say forget your ancestors. No mo ya abosom for. And no medical catch Jesus ne baby ofi ba ye no. So we trace in the generation kwa nechi almost say 40th generation. Aye David na Jesus ifiri mu ba ye. Sa ankrofo we nu mabra papa be no mbo won say yakate omo off. Una wo kate wo de off. How do you think? Ntumi nti ase. Me ma obu mfu kra me no twetwe nkombo na masama platform a wo betumi abeye. Jesus cannot give you life because you cannot go to the British embassy and say you are a Christian, so they should give you a visa. No, it doesn't. It's baseless. But if your family are British, that is automatic. So Maame no papa ya British, you can walk to British embassy and say that no so who ancestry. Even crowd kwa brochira omo wo papers omo your ancestry papers wo ho no ma omo yo betumi anya certificate bibia, they will just give you a visa then shim. Now woko. So what is the point? What is the power? What is the authority? What is the essence of church? Baseless. Common visa. Enti mi ma. Church for no ntumi ntwimoja ma wo ade wunua omo check blood group no. You don't think about all this. But if your family are British, that is automatic. Makatro, if the state of Britain owns you, you have the citizenship automatically. The church owns you. Me Christo ni, me huama Christo. What do you get? Valentine, I don't know what they drink. Na clapping, I have to find out if it's a case. So where do you belong as a Christian? What do you get? Be honest. Be sincere. From your tithe to your time and everything you have invested in the church, what have you gotten out of it? Ebi jaya sorry because omo wo ye kra omo amesra omo. Ebi jaya sorry because of inhwehwanim. Omo ye we ma we omo anye we ama we. Yet asori wo ye aka. There is nothing there. We are chasing the wind. It is confusing us. The reason we remain poor because ma ye kwan me ye nwene. When so be ko Israel. Israel na omo say Jesus ni bibia wo. Wo betumi the Bible akita as yi akọ Israel. And I betumi the Quran ekita akomeka enye Ghana passport o Maame no papa din omudi ma awom enye nation no authority omudi ama passport no enye no na wudi tu kwan call your nationality and your ancestry. What else? What has the church, the religion, what has it done? What can you go to Mecca with? Everything in the Bible that speak an etare a dinosaur na mo man crofonda and Allahu Akbar until ubetumi di akokore o di akomeka ni bisao. Don't get angry people don't know that fabrics have frequency and vibrations and na wotie wie yi mu na wo de nylon no akata wuti wo close neurons no wo wadwini mu no. Can you take that to Mecca? Arab Emirates he ya ubetumi du Quran akotena play mu akọ aden ye ne mo kasa mo mpene kura yi wo tight card no ebetumi du wakọ Israel ya debt no kura ye hye na ye de baptism no untumi fa Bible nje ya debt udi sika na beje. So what's the point? Why are we in this condition? Any your time bebrebe wo do passport na koye wo koye passport no o mbisa odan udi ni ba bia wo free obisa wa sorry wom osofo din wom wo bishop ni din wom o spiritual person me din wom edio o birth certificate na wo ancestry de ma wo no eno na nation ni so ma o passport eno na de kutu kwan ko ba bia wo koye wa sorry nka ho mosque na wo ko no enka ho. Your pastor is scaring you to ignore the family and channel the responsibility to him. Can he handle it? Spiritually, physically. Can he handle it? But the day someone will unfortunately die in the church, that's when you will know that the family has power and authority over you. They can't even bury you there. When a minute will discuss you. Obisinti yanya den. Asama mi kin say woni mi awonye de a. And the adwen no abin. I was talking to one doctor after my class. And always I'm saying, they said you've not been to medical school, but you are doing nutrition and human anatomy. I said, yes. I say, so is it easy? And I'm saying, I know better than you do. I say, what do you mean? And I'm saying, assembling na say we are saying, the body will be cooked. And when the body cooking is finished. I say, what are you saying? I'm saying, what am I saying? The body is just here to cook a bean asa. Or say, explain. I'm saying, I will explain. You think I don't know what I'm doing? When you put chicken on fire, whether we grill it and now we boil it, be red na bean, no, a bean na assassin color. Sa na nipate, what the baby to now show the cartilage white. And be intino or what as you are growing, your cartilage start to become red. Obi a when your sister ekobi and the cartilage na red. That is when onya arthritis ni sisi ni kotodwe ni ha eye ne ya honam na bin a ubewu. Ohwe manim di no frɛ professor ba kon say this girl na mi ja ho. Omo abrofo we wudi omo gina 1 minute na ne omo have conversation na omo tap information. Nti ohwe ya ne say me call say Grace me call da. Eye ya o. Eye ya say ye mpese ye beba fom. Na ye tumi ato ye bo ne yate yenya ye ho ase ne atumi aye ye country ye eno ne bra ye bre bebrebe ada obi bewu ato obi so wo ho no so mo beje responsibility ni pa na emi hu. When someone dies, the church cannot even announce it. On to me nkan say wo kasa so me ebe ye hu wonnim na wo ka na busuafo nkan say wewu na wo ka wo kura nkeye until the family and the state agree and give permission. Asa na obetumi aka say onipa no wewu wode wano kasa so masie wu mpa wewu ampa no. The church has no right. Emba na omo wa sorry no omo asem ye me ya because omo na tie me kasa emba na omo asem ye me ya me nyo nwanwa o me ka to say me enche me wie school na I will give you apo me ka kire doctor ba ko say emba ekofoma the whole world will go down abrofo we nim ti no omo amamba special right e wo kwa yenya bibifo no ye kwa na ye abuse no oba bia tie ni ye another secret emoja na ego ye brain nim no emma de no wo anim ha moja na e flow wo ye tirim na e wo ye anim ha no emma de ne doso. It simply means women are leaders. Omo betimi a multitask emma ntumi nye niam bebre emma ye nti se oba ne estrogen ekofoma na wampa adwuma anya na wa break it down wanya dementia na meka but eyemi nwanwa say ma ni mom na anya ready to learn omo na ye use omo more e wa asore ho asore bia wo beko bia e ma doso e chen be ma wo so wahu asore bia e ma doso chen ma kam ye ntie. You can ignore your family and live in the blind faith of religion. Thinking the church has authority over your life is baseless. The day you will die, that day, you will know that your family has that power over dead body. And however you treat them will be done to your corpse. Into dear, if you are a man, si wo fie ni na won kran because omo ya bayifo mabusia fie nu enjuringu enma wo mane ne wabusiafo omo nya nyonkofa because omo ya bayifo omo beku nipa na ne awode ye omo no ne awo ye na kura anase no tu no na wo ye wa asore ho no ada wo bewu na ye befa wo funu akono wa asorefo no behu afie a uja wa kura anase na wo funu kura wo saman nya ba bi ntena wa kura anase. Enti wo de fa bibia egu asore ho ye show off no wo ho donate all the money osofo ne fro no osoma wa fa tu ho wo na wo se nsuo mo osofo ne nom na da wo bewu no se da no e na wo bewu se heaven no kura wunya kwan no wako nti tina ho ada wo maame bewu no fe na wo di mirika gidigidi wo kwakọ sifie no wa penti ho wo sifie na penti ho wie na enche wo bewu no ye de wakotu wo maame fie na chia wansi amanantenem wo ne nkro asorefo ye yo mo ka cho so maame ye baifo nti a wansi dan sa asorefo ya na wo maame ewu a wo mpese wo mbekọ akọ hu so fie na tutu enti wo di mirika cha aboro wa within 1 week a maame wu ye no wo de na che first am award no Wo de recha fridge mu kosi so obesi dan na wie ansa na wo de asorefo na de wachi akosie maame no me se wo koba ya wo bewu mu ye de wako me na me ka kire wo omo nkire mu nyansa ato mo fa nche me ebinom mo fa nche me pa gidi ne maame awu no wasi dan na wie sesi a ne ye ware nko no mo pe nkrofo by force no mo gina ware anu mu me se wo ware we. No pastor has any power, no authority. The church itself has no principle, no power, no authority, not even over anybody's dead body. So what's the point? Auntie many pankasa are there for you.